Well, now joined by Noah Schultz. And Noah, you're coming off of your AAA debut yesterday. You've had a little time to let it settle in. So as you look back, how would you assess the performance from yesterday?
Yeah, I'm really happy. A lot of things to work on. I guess there's a couple pitches that I wish I had back, but I'm happy to go out and feel good today and get ready and prepare for next week.
When you think about those things that you want to work on here, what are they?
It's a lot. It's manipulating, pitches and the different counts. It's a lot better hitters, a lot of guys with a lot more experience. It's just a big learning curve that I know that I'm confident with myself and the coaches to help me and help us succeed next week.
You talk about the learning curve just based on yesterday. What do you feel like the biggest differences were for you from the AA level to AAA?
Yeah, I think the big thing, we talked about was that, throwing, pitches, and then if there's a reaction to a pitch, that not going immediately to what everyone thinks you should throw. I think that, following the script too much leads to, guys knowing what pitches are coming. I think that there's a lot to work on with that, and I think that that's a big part of the mental game, which is a huge part of it.
Yeah, obviously the mental side of things so important as well. You've got Scott here helping you out, Sergio too, and then some of these older guys that have been through it themselves. What is some of the advice that you've received from not only Scott and Sergio, but some of the guys on the team that have been through it too?
Yeah, there's tons of things. A lot of things that I didn't even realize I was doing during the game yesterday. I know a lot of stuff with mix and looks with runners, stuff that I didn't even realize I was doing that, some of the older guys would come up to me and help me out with it. It's definitely something that is great and it's awesome to be able to hear it from them, especially from guys that are, hitters that can see things that seeing it facing me. That's definitely something that is great to learn.
When you think about the start yesterday, what are you most proud of? What are you most impressed by from the performance?
Yeah, I'm happy I made it into the sixth inning. I was a lot more efficient with pitches, threw a lot more strikes. I'm really happy with that. It's a big, step in the right direction, but still a lot to work on.
As you just talk about the mental game and just still trying to stay ready for your next start, what does this next week look like for you in terms of preparation for that?
Yeah, it's pretty stock, like how it normally is. We got a lot to work on in the bullpen. We know we're going to change some pitch grips, see some stuff out. Just try and change to see the looks and hopefully have a different result than we did last night.
Great to have you here in Charlotte. Thanks so much for the time, Noah.
Thanks for having me.